All right, it's time for the number of the day, and that golf news is good. But Peter, I'm sure for the sake of the people who are still crying, you're not going to put up any of the other sporting scores.
No, we're not going to put
weekend.
up any scores at all. It was quite a frightening weekend in terms of sport. But it wasn't a great start for a Monday. Let's take a look at the number of the day. And here it is, 1%. And let me tell you, I mean, 1% today could be how much the Rand lost as a result of the fears for the free education proposals that are touted to be coming from the president. So that was the Rand, 1% down. But also I found out today that 1% of Johannesburgers, the rich 1%, earn above 76,000 Rand a month each. I mean, that is phenomenal. And the medium income, of course, is 2,400 Rand. But that's not the 1% that we're talking about. The 1% today is, which doesn't sound like a lot, unless it's 1% of GDP or the entire output of the South African economy. Now, this is the amount that the Heher Commission that looked into the possibility of free education in South Africa suggests should be spent on higher education alone. With GDP coming in at around 4.2 trillion Rand, it's about 42 billion Rand that needs to be allocated to education. Current allocations amount to about 37 billion Rand. Now, the proposed increased funding won't deal with the call for free tertiary education. The fees report released by the president today says that the students should be able to get student loans regardless of wealth of their parents. This will be extended by commercial banks, but backed by government is students that don't pay. So it calls for a new form of public-private partnership. The burning question is whether the fees report will be considered at all. The Rand has reacted strongly to reports that President Jacob Zuma is instead interested in another plan that results in free tertiary education, and he's appointed a presidential and treasury team to find 40 billion Rand to make it happen. The Rand, as we were saying earlier, fell by 1% against the dollar and the euro and was trading around 14.50 at the close of business today. So 1% is our figure for today, and 42 billion Rand is what needs to be allocated to education. Although the report is 752 pages long, I don't think anyone's read it yet. The executive summary does talk about allocating more funds to TVET colleges and resources, but we'll chat a little bit more about that a little bit later.